After New Year's, it's 2020.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Welcome
I hope you guys
back.
had a wonderful New Year's Eve. You didn't party too hard. I know I did not.
I absolutely did not.
No.
I was in bed by 9:30.
I don't think there's
It was
anything
amazing.
wong with that.
No, it was amazing.
I remember my 20s where I
Yes.
was always out
Yes.
doing something.
Yeah.
And then once I hit my 30s, it just was just another day to me.
Yeah, I have 0 F's to give about New Year's.
My favorite thing to do is watch a movie or TV show, maybe have a drink with my mom or a family member, and that's about it.
You're good.
But
I like it.
I will say, this is my second year of New Year's Eve in Germany, in Wichita.
Right.
I enjoyed New Year's Eve in Germany. I didn't go out, but it's called Sylvester there. New Year's Eve is called Sylvester.
Okay.
And every restaurant has, you have to book out months in advance. And they always had, a unique menu.
Okay.
And my mom would always come over, and it was just having a great meal. And then we go home and pass out.
Go home and go to bed.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So it was always a special menu that you don't have any choice.
Right.
But
I love that, though.
That's what's fun.
That's my favorite way to eat.
Yeah.
A tasty
I
menu.
can tell you that I'm sure it was deer balls or something one year. But I ate it.
Amazing.
I ate it. I'm one of those people that will try anything.
Try it once.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we are the Muddle Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back to another episode.
I'm Lila.
And I am Bea. And we are glad you are here.
Yes. So what we're going to talk about tonight, we've all been there when we've had one too many. And unfortunately, after 30, it's terrible. After 40, it's the worst experience ever.
It's something you tread lightly on.
Yeah.
The amount of alcohol you have after the age 40.
Yeah, and it's one of those where you're in bed. It feels like you need to be in bed for days.
Right.
I'm a big fan of the hair of the dog. I think I know we talked last week about not being the biggest fan of champagne.
Right.
But it does help with a hangover, and I think the best thing you can do is a mimosa. A little bit of vitamin C, a little bit of champagne, because it's not that big of an amount.
It's really not. It's mostly orange juice.
Yeah, I'm going to delve into the mimosa here.
I can't wait. We are drinking the mimosa today.
Yes,
Let's
we are.
have a cheers to that.
Cheers.
We are
doing straight orange juice.
Straight orange juice with the La Marca Prosecco from Italy.
Which is a very pretty bottle. I like the blue label.
Yeah. So we're not going with a champagne. We're going with
Prosecco.
Yeah.
And last week we spent $2 million on the diamond champagne.
Exactly. So, and if you listen to any of our wine episodes, you'll know what I'm saying here. But I picked this Prosecco because it has the DOC mark from Italy.
Do you know that? Yes. Do you know that Prosecco is so popular now that there's a shortage of it?
No,
really?
It wasn't like $2, but it wasn't $20.
It's $15, right?
Yeah, it was
$15.
It was $14.
This kind, which I'll take a picture and put it on our Twitter and Instagram
on the things.
This is a very highly rated bottle for under $15, and they say it's even better than some of the ones that go for $100.
Well, hey, cheers to me.
Cheers
I picked.
I drank a lot of this. I always had this. I used to give this out as gifts.
Oh, that would be a really great gift.
Yeah, and because it's pretty, it's good, and I like the blue label.
It is a really nice label.
Yeah. So mimosas.
Right. So a mimosa is
50%. It's 50-50. 50 champagne, 50 orange juice. But you don't have to limit yourself to orange juice, because my favorite kind to have with champagne is pineapple juice.
I think one time we went out for brunch
at the biscuit company.
And we got a mimosa
with pineapple juice.
I think you got to have a few because you didn't have to take care of children that day.
I think I got to have two.
I had to go pick up my child from school.
But some other variations you can do is grapefruit juice.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That would be interesting.
And then,
especially in summer.
Yes. And then in the wintertime is cranberry and a little bit of vodka.
Well, now you're talking.
Okay, now you're talking. I know.
You're talking Bee's language.
Bea likes her vodka and I like our gin.
Yeah.
We really should have been the gin and vodka podcast.
We really should have.
We were.
I'm gin.
But okay, so the mimosa. I think it's what better way to get over your bad choices or good choices from the night before is having a mimosa.
So what is it about having a mimosa the next morning
Well,
that makes you feel better.
Actually, they say any alcohol.
Well, why any alcohol? Why does it help? I don't understand.
Because it kind of masks what's going on. You're putting more alcohol in your body.
Instead of taking ibuprofen or...
That doesn't work. I don't think anything works. Actually, I think just staying in bed and being...
Yeah.
I wish I didn't do that.
I personally historically have gone for those little packets of emergency. Mm-hmm. We actually keep them on hand, and we kind of use them as a daily vitamin these days. But it works for a hangover. Yeah. I mean, when things worked for a hangover before we turned 40.
This is a more sophisticated choice that I'm trying to give our listeners.
I like it instead of buying the powdered packet.
I was trying to say.
I stole it. I
our
ruined
fancy people out there who go to brunch after a night of partying.
I do enjoy brunch. Mostly it's the bacon.
Really?
I love bacon. And biscuits and gravy.
I just like breakfast in general. I could have breakfast anytime.
A good runny egg.
I love a good runny egg.
You know what we're having for dinner tonight?
What, runny egg?
Breakfast for dinner. We love breakfast for dinner.
I love breakfast, and I like when I cut open the egg, and the egg runs all over the bread.
There's nothing like a hollandaise.
Yes.
So good. Yeah, remember we had breakfast one morning. We went to a restaurant. The three of us ordered a platter.
I actually vividly remember that restaurant.
I do too. We went upstairs.
It was all wooden.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was warm because it was in the middle of winter. We went up and ordered a platter of meats and cheeses.
Yes, it's usually you get different kinds of brochen, which is like, ones with seeds, white, grain, and a whole bunch of different cheeses. What could be better than that?
It was delightful.
Yeah.
The thing is, our waitress was very concerned about my husband.
I don't get that.
I don't either. We placed our order and she said, "This is all you're getting?" And she was looking directly at my husband.
It was a lot of food.
And she was just stunned. Like we were doing something horrible by denying him more food.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if we finished that whole platter.
No.
I don't think the three of us did.
Because basically you guys got fancy coffee drinks and I got tea and we got that platter of meat, which is a typical, there was only three of us.
Right.
Usually there's a single.
I remember it being a big platter.
Yeah. What happens is there's a single. The first one is just bread and cheese, and then you go up and you get more. I think we even had an egg in there, like a hard-boiled egg. That's typical.
It was on one of those cups.
Yeah.
I think we may have even...
We ordered something else, too, with it.
I think we did, but I think we also knew... My husband and I wanted to go to a local bakery.
Yeah.
And so I think we intentionally didn't order a ton, but I still don't think we ate that whole platter.
Because what is afterwards, we went and I got you the thing. It's not like a Danish.
No, it
was a little bit of cream cheese, but it's more mild.
Yeah, and it
delicious.
It was about the size of my head, and it was amazing.
Yeah, and it was almost like folded over with cheese and stuff in there. That's the best thing. Cork.
Okay.
Cheese, yeah.
Well, it was delicious. Anyway.
Now you're making me homesick.
I
know. I miss that.
Maybe someday we can go to Germany.
Yes.
My husband admittedly doesn't love to travel, and so I was talking to him about options of how I can still pursue my love of travel, and he said, when the kids are older, if you want to go travel with your friends, I don't care. And people will probably judge our marriage for that and think there's something wrong, but if it works for us, who cares?
I don't care.
So I'm going to be your travel buddy.
Okay. One thing we need to put on the list is chili. We need to, even though I don't like to drink a lot of wine at home, but I love going to wine tastings.
Well, if we're we can have a nice, slow, easy trip and have a day to recover after every winery.
I want to do the wine walk.
Yes, that sounds like so much fun.
Where you go from one winery to another and you stay in fancy hotels.
Yes.
That's what I need to do.
I'm a sucker for luxury, I won't lie.
Because I have not been to South America. I haven't been to South America or Australia, New Zealand. What is it?
Yes. I don't know.
I don't remember. But I've been to Asia, so that's okay. Even though I'd like to go to Vietnam sometime.
We would love to go to Vietnam, but
just for the food.
Actually, my husband would too, and he's not a traveler, but we cannot as long as his father is alive.
Well, I guess that's a story for another day.
Yeah. We just won't go there. We'll just leave it at that. His father fought in Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
And is one of the people who still suffers from it. So.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Okay, so scratch that
Point
off.
being, hair of the dog.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mimosa.
We got sidetracked.
We did with our breakfast in Germany.
So the mimosa is named after the yellow flowered mimosa plant. There's 2 different variations of the mimosa.
Okay.
So it's a debate of how the mimosa was invented.
Okay.
Some say it was invented at the Ritz Hotel in Paris in 1925 by Frank Meyer.
Okay.
The other one is a French bartender stole, which I like this story the best. A French bartender stole it from Bucks Club in London that called it the Bucks Fizz. And the Bucks Fizz is still in rotation today.
Really?
The Bucks Fizz was invented in 21. Okay, get this. Who do you think the mimosa is more suited for, men or women?
Women.
Yeah. But in 1921, it was invented to give men an excuse to start drinking before lunch.
Oh, how times change.
I know. But the Bucks Fizz is different. It's still around today, but it's a little different. It calls for 2 parts orange juice for every 1 part of champagne instead of the 50-50. So the combo is sparkling wine or champagne, and orange juice has been consumed for centuries in Spain.
You know, we didn't find a lot of orange juice in Germany.
Oh, they drink it quite a bit.
Do they?
They drink it with sparkling water, and it's delicious.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
So if you're not like a drinker, orange juice and sparkling water is delicious. Applesauce Shorla. That's apple juice and sparkling water.
Ooh.
That's a refreshing drink.
We're going to have to do an episode on virgin cocktails.
Yeah, we do, actually, because there's a lot of good ones out there.
There are.
That's my little history of the mimosa.
Okay. Interesting.
And I think if you're not feeling well, go out and have yourself a mimosa
it's
and get back on track.
Hair of the dog.
I think so.
And where did that term come from?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't either.
I'm going to have to research that for another episode.
Yeah, I'm not going to Google it right now.
But I think that people who drink heavily just keep drinking and they feel fine.
You never know. You don't ever feel it because you just keep going.
Yeah.
We have something that we are loving together, and it's a long-standing love.
I just still can't believe we haven't talked about it.
Yeah, we've kind of had our own individual.
Yeah.
I think we've only done one other thing where we had a joint what we're loving, and that was Pen 15.
Yeah.
In the early days. That may have been the first episode, actually.
What we love more than anything in the world is
the Golden Girls.
The Golden Girls. It's still relevant today.
It is the best thing on television.
And they play it like 24/7 on a channel here in Wichita.
Yeah.
And you can't, but I think it's up there with the Golden Girls and Frasier are two series that I could watch over and over again.
They're evergreen. Yeah. They don't get old.
No. They make me laugh all the time.
I love Frasier. Well, you know.
I do. I just watched The Seal Who Came to Dinner.
Yes. We always think of you when we hear that episode.
The clapping, the clap on light.
The clap on light. Oh, it's classic.
But the Golden Girls is just as funny as today.
It is incredible. And because we love them so much, there is a local drag theater in our town.
Yes.
It's called Roxy's, and every year they put on a Golden Girls
They do what? Was
show.
It 4 episodes? Or was it 3? 3 or 4?
3.
Okay.
I think it was like 2 before and then intermission
and so
then
well
one
done.
after. It was.
It's so well done.
It's just a bunch of local drag queens / actors who play the Golden Girls, and it was so good. And we went for the first time together.
Yes.
Last March is when it was.
They'll be doing it this year April in May, and we definitely want to go and get better seats.
Yeah, because
Bea came a little late.
Yes. Lila got there early. Yeah. I had still very, very, very young set of twins. Yeah. So I was coming at the last minute after I put them to bed. While Lila was waiting for me, we had a shared table, which Lila and I didn't care about. Like, who cares? Like, that's part of the fun of...
We're a little bit last minute getting table, and a lot of tables are shared tables.
Yeah.
And these 2 ladies that joined us were quite upset that they were sharing a table with us.
How dare they have to share a table? Why is it that big of a deal? It's dark.
Really? It was large, a show.
And it was a large table.
Yeah.
I mean, we were further away from them than we would have been in theater seating.
Yeah. So this year we're getting tickets right away, and I want one of those booths up front.
Yes.
And we want to get a drinks and our cheese platter. Yeah. And not have to worry about people being upset that we're sharing a table with them.
Yeah, this is the theater that my former friend got so drunk in that she got thrown out of it when we were with her for her 40th birthday party. I told you that story.
Yes, you did. And
did I say it on the podcast? Did we talk about it?
No.
Okay. So I have technically, I guess, gotten thrown out of this theater. I was not offended, and it's not because of any action I was taking.
It was with the person you were with.
Yeah, the people. The group of people we were with. My husband and I just sat there like, this is humiliating. And we were going to leave anyway.
Do you remember what it was?
The show was Patsy Cline.
Everybody always gets wild in Patsy Cline.
Patsy Cline. It's Patsy Cline drunk.
Wasn't she?
I don't know. I didn't really hear any of the show. Okay.
I know she died in a plane crash.
Well, I didn't know
and
that.
And apparently it was a crash of an evening for you guys.
Yes. Womp womp. Well, it's supposed to be a drag theater, but they also sometimes do actual serious shows.
Yeah. What'd she do? Did she just start being loud?
They were being loud and obnoxious and rude, making jokes, and it was incredibly inappropriate and immature. Needless to say, I'm not really friends with these people anymore, and by not really, I mean I'm not. To move on.
Yeah, and she came to, I've probably had some memories coming back to the Roxy Theater, but it was a great night.
Yeah.
And we're going to get primo tickets this time.
I cannot wait.
And what I loved about, too, was that they showed 80s commercials.
Yes, that was the best part.
Yes.
The actual show had commercial breaks, and they would have a screen that came down, and it would show actual 80s commercials. It was fantastic. I wish they did that on the TV episodes.
That would be great, actually. I just love, and I think I identify more with, I think I'm more Dorothy with her little witty comebacks and her sarcasm.
Oh, you absolutely are. Yeah. I'm 100% Rose.
She is.
I mean, that's there's no question. And haven't we talked about, there is a Golden Girls cruise every year.
No, this is the first year because of the anniversary, I think.
Oh.
So when they do it this time of year because it's warmer, but we have got to do it sometime. Even though I'm not a fan of cruises.
I'm not a fan of cruises either.
Because I feel like I'll go missing.
And I feel like I'm going to get some kind of like scriptosporidiosis because they're unsanitary.
But I think I have to do it for the Golden Girls.
So there's a cruise that
it's going like all over Key West, at least from Miami, which is where the Golden Girls were set.
Of course.
And they have dancing. And I would totally dress up like Dorothy. If
I would be Rose the whole time. Our goal in life is to go on this Golden Girls cruise, correct?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I can only imagine.
It would be amazing.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we will settle for the local Golden Girls theater show.
Well, I think that's just as good, actually. It's pretty darn good.
Yeah, and we get to go home and sleep in our own beds and not get, communicable diseases. So.
Well, the thing about cruises for me is I think they disrupt the ocean. They disrupt the whale patterns. Your waste goes out to sea.
What? I did not know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I never thought about it.
Yeah, and also I feel like, well, this is the muddle. We will have a few drinks, and I can just see myself walking back to my room without a window.
Your stateroom.
Your stateroom, and falling off the boat.
It would absolutely happen.
Yeah, one little movement, and then you'd just never be seen again. Actually, more people go missing from cruise ships than you know.
Well, we had this conversation once.
Yeah, because there's a famous girl that went missing from a cruise ship, and it was probably human trafficking.
Right. There's a lot of people who go missing. It's supposed that they are human trafficked.
But I think I might be okay with the Golden Girls one.
I don't imagine it's prime human trafficking picking because it's going to be mostly men.
Yeah.
And older women. Yeah. Like us. Because we are, as we say, women of a certain age.
I just think the Golden Girls are timeless.
Just like us, Lila.
Yeah.
Just like us.
Viewers out there might not be familiar with the Golden Girls, but I tell you, the quotes are funny that comes off it. Like, okay, here we go. Rose. It's like what we say in St. Olaf. Christmas without fruitcake is like St. Sigmund's Day without the headless boy. Even mean?
I don't know, but it's amazing.
Yeah. Blanche. Nobody ever believes me when I'm telling the truth. I guess it's the curse of being a devastatingly beautiful woman. You gotta give it to Blanche, though.
Yeah.
She was rolling with it.
She was.
And then, okay, my ultimate favor, Blanche, eat dirt and die trash.
Who was that to?
Wasn't that to Rose?
Oh.
And then I'm trying to find from Dorothy. Rose, what are you listening to? Rose, a relaxation tape. The rain is supposed to relax me. Dorothy, is it working? Rose, not really. I keep worrying that I left my windows down.
That's fantastic. How can you not love the Golden Girls?
I know.
If you need light, easy viewing and a good laugh.
But we will definitely in September do, when it's the 35th anniversary, we'll definitely devote an episode. Absolutely. I never saw them really drinking on the show. They always ate cheesecake.
It had coffee.
I would see them as mimosa drinkers, actually. I could see them brunching in Miami.
Yeah, maybe they just didn't show that.
But isn't it amazing, though, that in the 80s, because they were only like maybe 15 years older than us. And
I know.
They looked a little...
I know. They looked like... I'm satisfied that modern aging women do not look like 80-year-olds.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. All right, so Lila, here's the question. We are both loving Golden Girls lately, and it's perfect. It's a perfect fit with Mimosas, but what are you loving this week?
Well, okay, so I am reading a lot. I go through these phases where I read a lot and then I just stop reading. I do the Kindle, what is it, like a month, $2 a month where you get unlimited books.
Oh, okay.
Whatever is available. So I like to be pleasantly surprised by books. I think last week I talked about the Australian author Jane Harper. So I'm reading her second book because she's written 3. She used to be a journalist. I talked about The Lost Man last week, and that's the third. And then the first 2 have the same financial detective in it. So I'm reading the second one. It's about corporate retreat. Men go in the wilderness in Australia. I guess I was not a wilderness, it's mountain climbing or whatever they do in Australia. 4 women go in and only 3 come out.
And those 3 women know what happened.
Yeah, but of course they're not
gonna say.
Yeah, they're all lying.
Were you surprised at the end of the book?
Oh, I'm not done yet. But I like to read, and I have a couple weeks off.
Right.
So my plan is just to read and walk the dog. That's what I'm loving.
I love that. Here's what I'm loving.
Yeah.
I'm loving that I decided to train for a marathon.
Really?
Or, as some people like to call it, a marathon.
Have you watched Brittany Runs a Marathon?
I haven't. No.
Okay.
I stay away from running movies. Yeah. I don't know.
You've run a marathon before.
I've run several I've run 5 marathons. Yeah. I'm no stranger to the marathon. In fact, one time, after the first marathon I ever ran, which was, I think, 2008, a radio DJ told me, running marathons, that'll make people's heart explode. It was Don Hall. You remember Don?
Was he with Barbara?
He's still on the radio. He's with Barbara Barbara.
Yeah, I listen to him in the morning.
Yeah.
He sometimes says the stupidest things. Like, he doesn't watch any.
He loves a list. He loves this. He always has lists, but he's a very entertaining character in person.
I can't remember what it was he was talking about. It was totally incorrect what he was saying.
I believe it. Yeah. There is no truth.
I can't remember what it was, but I was at the park walking the dogs, and I got in the car, and he was talking about this that just happened somewhere, and it was so inaccurate.
That sounds exactly right. But nothing is as comforting as coming home and running a marathon, and then the next day you go to work, and your coworker says, your marathon runners, their hearts explode. Like, just deadpan. Like,
how many people
truly believes that? I don't know.
Okay, I don't think so.
Yeah.
When I think about the marathon, I just think of that How I Met Your Mother episode where Neil Patrick Harris, who decided to run a marathon without training.
Oh.
And his legs gave out. After he was done, he couldn't get off the subway train because his legs didn't work anymore.
I didn't see that episode.
That was kind of funny. Where's the marathon at?
The first one I'm going to do is going to be just here in town. And it's Chisholm Trail Marathon, just through Wichita.
Okay.
It's a very flat, easy course, so I think it would be a good reintroduction. But my goal is to, again, just start marathoning in general, because my children are a little older. Anyway, so I am loving running again.
Okay, well, good for you.
My children are finally to a point, they're all in school. I mean, play school. But they're in school a few hours in the week, and I have a minute to myself again. So I've gotten up to running 6 miles, which I haven't done since my daughter was about a year old.
Okay. Good for you.
Yeah. That's what I'm loving.
That's a good one.
The marathon.
Me? I'm just in bed reading, but okay.
Okay.
And she's marathoning. Okay.
Hey, everyone has different ways of relaxing.
I know. I have to relax.
My
stress level is just at all-time high this couple months.
And the way you relax is reading. The way I relax is going and running 20 miles.
Yeah.
So.
I did. And I also just binge watched all of Watchmen on HBO, which is a terrific TV show.
Someone else told me that they were starting that.
Oh, it's
so good. One of my good friends had surgery.
Yeah.
Last week to get it in, slide that in before her insurance deductible ends for the year. And so she's been on bed rest.
Watchmen is a good series to watch. I liked it.
Is it Marvel comic-y? Because I am not interested in that whatsoever.
It actually takes place in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Well, that's close by.
Yeah. Well, it's just interesting. And it's obviously some history that has been glossed over that, we should know more about.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm curious.
So, and Regina King is amazing in the show. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. And
then have two things that you're loving.
Yeah, so I forgot about that one. It should have been in my top 5 last week, but I had just finished.
You know what? Jot it down for your top 10 for 2020 because that's what we're doing. Remember?
Actually, maybe it should be a top 20 for 2020.
Oh, that's ambitious.
I know. I'm pushing Becca.
Yeah.
B.
I need to be pushed.
Yeah.
I like a goal, and I like a challenge.
So I thought we would end this way because for Christmas,
I'm pretty excited about this.
I know. For Christmas, I gave B Mad Libs of the Golden Girls.
Basically, the best gift ever.
I know. Who knew they did this?
I didn't.
I was so excited when I found it.
That I am amazed.
Do you remember Mad Libs when you were a kid?
I love Mad. I can't
don't
wait
even
for
think I understood what a verb or adjective was.
No.
Then. I don't even know if I really
Honestly,
know what it is
I
now.
still don't know what an adjective is. I'm going to pull it up on my phone.
Yeah, why don't you put all... So, you got plural noun, verb, adjective, noun. So, those...
Okay, adjective. Okay, so this is a word or phrase naming an attribute.
Would that be like terrifying
or grammatically related to a noun?
Yeah.
And then what was the other one?
Plural noun, person in a room, verb, place, which I think we can
figure that one out. All right, let's go.
All right, so this is Mad Lib's Blanche's Southern Fried Sayings. Okay, so I need a plural noun.
Plural noun. I'm going to go with mimosa.
Mimosas?
Mimosas.
Okay, another plural noun.
Trees is the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay, and just a regular noun.
Church comes to mind.
Okay.
I'm just going with the first thing that pops in my mind.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
Person in the room.
My dog. So Milo.
Okay, a verb.
Running.
A place. Any place.
Spain.
Adjective.
Abandoned.
Another adjective.
Damp.
Oh, you don't use that word enough.
You really don't. It's like moist.
Yeah. Oh.
Sound.
A noun.
Liquor store.
Another noun.
Track.
Adjective.
Failing.
Person in the room, male.
George.
Another person in the room, male.
Louis. I'm going with the British royal family names.
See that. And verb ending in ing. Last one.
Hoping.
Okay, here we go.
Now I want to go back, though, and not do hoping.
Okay.
Okay, can I do satisfying?
Okay. Here we go.
All right.
Mad Libs, Blanche's Southern Fried Sayings. Blanche certainly has a way with words, especially when she speaks about mimosas. I do believe your sweet trees could charm the church right off my honeysuckle.
That sounds scandalous.
I know. I swear that, Milo as my witness, I will never running another man in Spain on a Saturday unless he abandoned and drives a nice car. Little Big Daddy always said about me, I have hair as damp as the dew on the field of sunflowers.
It's actually pretty perfect.
Yeah. Eyes that sound as blue as the Mississippi, and the prettiest smile this side of the Mason-Dixon liquor store. Oh, I'll never forget about it. That night under the dogwood track, the air failing with perfume and me with George and Louie. I'm from the South. Satisfying is my part of the heritage.
So, that's actually pretty perfect then, the satisfying one.
There you go, Golden Girls Mad Libs.
I think we may have to end a few more episodes with those.
I think so.
It's an excellent way to end it.
I think that's a good way. I wonder if there's more, like maybe something devoted to cocktails and stuff.
Yeah, or Frasier, perhaps.
Frasier. Well, there you have it.
Okay.
It's 2020. Thank you for listening.
Happy New Year, and we hope to see you.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram.
And Twitter.
And
on iTunes, if you go and give us a 5-star review, it helps us out a ton.
Please do that.
Bye!